Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Travel Thursdays. I am excited to be here today with Bon. Her name is Jane Bon and Bo. And Jane is coming to us from Naples, Florida. Bo is coming to us from Long Island, New York. And we're going to hear what's happening in their backyard. I'm excited to discuss all the happenings in Florida and in Long Island. I mean, they have the beaches, both places. So I'm a little jealous. I love my city, but I could do a bit with the beach today. So let's kick it off. How about Jane Bon, introducing herself?
Okay, the name is Bond. No. Hi, guys. I'm Jane Bond. I'm a real estate agent slash broker in Florida. I'm based out of Naples. However, I do service Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Boca Raton, I would say Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, and the Pompano area. I've been in real estate for about 12 years. I've been here in Florida for about 12 years. I became a real estate agent in 2010, got my broker's license in 2012, because to me it was like getting my master's or my bachelor's in real estate, and went from there. Started out selling properties at $135,000, condos, and worked my way all the way up to selling properties for $20, $30 million. Very happy to be here. Now at this stage in my career, and I am a top-selling $1 million luxury agent in my market. And I also teach other agents how to achieve the level of luxury as far as being a luxury agent with a membership that I created called the Luxury Lab. So that's my story.
That's a lovely story. Well, thank you so much for being here. We're just looking forward to hearing all that you have to share with us from Florida. Okay. And next, we're gonna go to Bo, and Bo is right here in New York, but he's on Long Island, and he does a lot of business out there. Bo, introduce yourself.
Bo is frozen.
Okay, looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with Bo. As you all know, we are all on the internet, and so at times it's overloaded. But Bo will get back to it. He'll be joining us again shortly as soon as the internet is back. So we're going to continue with Jane. And Jane, let's kick it off. Can you tell me what's happening in your market? How are sales? What are prices like? And how have you been conducting showing since March?
Well, the sales have still continued. I mean, we have, I don't know if your audience know much about the Naples market, the luxury market here. We have properties on the market at any given time at listed at 88 million, 58 million, 60 million, and they do sell. They do not sit on the market, but so long. We have an area here called Port Royal and Old Naples, and that's one of the wealthiest areas in our city. Naples is no more than 16 miles long, and we have at least 8,000 agents here. So you do the math with mileage and the agents per square mile. I'm noted as number 90 in that ranking of agents. I clawed my way to that number, and I'm hopefully staying there and maybe moving up also. What I failed to say is I'm from Philadelphia and grew up in Philadelphia, moved to New York, spent 15 years of my life in New York. I was an entertainment manager there, worked with a lot of celebrities, football players, basketball players, actors, recording artists, and cut my teeth in real estate somewhat there also. I worked for a company called Bellmark at the time in Manhattan, and transferred over and made a transition into entertainment management. And the reason I went back into real estate is because I got married and I moved to Florida, and I had nothing else to do here. I knew nothing about Florida. So when I say I had to learn everything, I had to learn everything. Knew nothing about gated communities, knew nothing about waterfront properties, knew nothing about mega mansions either. I mean, I was like a deer in, headlights. big eyes, big ears, trying to learn and absorb everything I could every second of that day because I knew nothing. And I just knew I wanted to make it to the top. I had a desire to get there and stand next to my colleagues that were selling millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of real estate. And I recall, I was with Sotheby's for a while. I was with them for 6 years, 7 years actually. And I recall walking past boards that we had in our kitchen area. And my office was on the second floor, and there were two boards, one that had sales and one that had listings. And I would see the same usual suspects on that list all the time on those boards. And I just thought, damn, one day I'm going to get my name on both of those boards. And until then, I am actually a secret agent with a name like Jane Bond. I'm not supposed to be a secret freaking agent. I'm supposed to be the agent, you know? And I'm 6 feet tall with big hair at the time because I had my hair curly. And it was just very interesting to really take that journey and go from selling, you know, anywhere from $90,000 condos. And don't misinterpret me, guys. I think $90,000 is a lot of money. I didn't grow up in a $90,000 house. I grew up in a $35,000 house, you know, and I was shocked when my mom told me what it cost, because to me at the time, it seemed like a mansion, you know, because I had 7 kids and we were running around and we always had everything we wanted, you know, and to come from that environment and always dream of being in another environment and figuring out how to get there was always a struggle in my mind, but I always came through somehow. And I think it was perseverance and really peeling back the layers and understand what my why was. And once I figured out what my why was at a substantial age in my life, it wasn't like I was in my 20s, it was, you know, I was in my 30s and possibly my 40s at the time, what I really wanted. And it takes time. You have to go on that journey, because at any time in your life, you can switch gears and pivot because you realize that that's not what your desire is. That's not where you want to be in your heart. So, you know, I never realized that until later on in my life. And I'm still transitioning, actually, because now I realize there's something else underneath a couple other layers. But once I got to where I thought I wanted to be, I figured it out. I said, okay, my why is crystal clear. And once that happened, I was able to just take off like a rocket and never look back.
Wow, that's quite awesome. A story, Jane. So there are 8,000 agents in your area, and you are agent number 90.
90.
90 of 8,000. That is quite an accomplishment. Congratulations. You did get your way to the top 100, the top 90, and you can get to the top 1 or the top 10, right? There's still room, and I'm sure you'll get there at some point. So you mentioned that those
your mouth to God's ears.
Absolutely. You mentioned that those 80,000 and 50,000, those properties are still selling in this environment. What's happened in the past 2 to 3 months in terms of sales and prices?
Well, when I spoke about I was selling 80,000 and $150,000, $35,000 condos, that was back in 2010. Remember, the market crashed. I arrived here in 2008. The market crashed. We didn't recover until around 2012, 2013. Naples was one of the first markets to recover because we have so much wealth here. Naples is one of the wealthiest cities per capita in the United States. A lot of titans have come here to lay their hats down and retire, and they love being here. You know, we have, I mean, Bezos is even building a house here. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. You can get 5 acres on the beach if you have 50, 60, 70, $80 million. So no, to answer your question, those homes aren't selling. Our median price range here is about $370. And as you know, luxury property here is considered whatever sell and list in the top 10% of our market. So if you times, or you can say 3 times whatever that median price is, if you say that we're looking at $1.1, $1.2 million, that's our luxury properties that we have here, and we have lots of them. And you have to understand, in our market, it's a second home market, second, third, fourth, and fifth home market for people. So people come here, this is a destination. People come here to chill. They're finished. They don't want to go to Miami. And even the Miamians, they're coming over here to start living because they don't want to be in that, you know, busy traffic, that everything is there. So our market, we do well pretty much. We're becoming a year-round market because we're really seasonal here. Like our season kicks off, I would say, right before Christmas, and then we kind of flatline during May. But since, you know, the pandemic and everything, we have a lot of people, or we hope that we have an influx from the northeastern corridor, because Naples is on the West Coast. So, and I know Bo knows that because he's been here before. It's, you know, the East Coast, we're like 2.5 hours away from Miami.
Okay.
So that's a straight drive across the alley.
I see.
So yeah, our market is doing well, especially in the high net worth community right now. We always do well there. The secondary homes and the medium price market, that does well also. Okay. So, but like I said, because we're still kind of seasonal, yes, we flatline, but this is a little different because everybody's been away and been in the house. Now they're coming out. Buyers are showing up everywhere. Showings are becoming plentiful. You asked about the showings. How we've been doing showings personally, I've been fully clothed. I'm in my mask. I'm in my plastic guard. I'm in my gloves. I ask that everyone please wear gloves and masks when they show up because we are in a pandemic. And if they don't, they're not allowed to see the property.
Okay, that's great. All right, we're going to go over to Bo now. He's back. Bo, take a minute to introduce yourself. Tell us where you are and what your market is like there.
Sure. I better talk quicker than a minute because if this internet cuts out again, I'm just giving up. I don't know what else to do, you know. But
you can't, Bo. Never give up.
Never give up. No, never ever. You're absolutely right, Jane. As Caitlin said, my full name is Oyebadejo Oyediran. I go by Bo for short. It's my nickname. I've had that nickname since I was a kid. I've been in practicing real estate for 18 years now in Long Island. And I do mainly Suffolk County, but I also do Nassau County as well. But my main focus is in Suffolk County, namely Selden, Center Reach, Port Jefferson Station, Patchogue, all within that general neighborhood there. So I love real estate. One of the reasons why I got into real estate is because of the sales. I love working with people. I always think back to when I first bought my first house and how my real estate agent was awful. He was not available. He just did not help me at all. And I was learning as I went. And yeah, and I just constantly kept learning. And this was something that I always wanted to do. And I jumped into it back into 2002, 2003 in that area there. I've been with Douglas Elliman since 2008. And I've ranked in the top 10% of the company nationwide over the last 4 or 5 years. And you know, the market right now is a very busy one. I think there's a pent up demand. I think a lot of people, since the COVID situation hit, the people, especially the ones with the very safe and secure jobs, they've been anxious, chomping at the bits to get back out there. And now this is their opportunity to get out there, and they're taking advantage of it. And a lot of sellers who need to sell are out there and they see the demand. And, you know, and I always guide most of my clients to price the house well, price it to sell. Let's not have stale bread, as I call it. If you have stale bread, no one's going to buy it. No one's going to want it. No one's going to want to have it. So we got to price it right. So, yeah, so that's basically my whole story there. I've been talking fast here, trying to get everything in.
So tell us, has price remained the same? Are they up or down? What has happened since the pandemic?
Prices before the pandemic, the prices were stable, and now in Long Island anyway, the prices have remained more or less the same since the early part of this year. And it's interesting because a lot of investors, I work also a lot with investors, first-time home buyers as well, and investors are always asking me, Bo, what's the market like? What's the market? Am I going to be able to flip a property? Am I going to be able to sell it at this number? And there was a lot of worry at one point that the prices were going to drop. And on the contrary, it hasn't dropped here at all. The numbers are very strong. And in some parts in Long Island, the prices have actually come up, 1 or 2% since January 1st. So it's pretty strong. The market right now is pretty stable, and I think the pent up demand, I think, is the big reason why.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. We're going to go back to Jane, but I want to stay with you just a little longer since we have the connection.
I don't blame you. I know we don't want to get again.
So while we're on that topic, and the demand, and do you have any properties coming to market or on the market now that you want to share with our viewers?
Yeah, there's a few. I would say I have a listing in Copeg. That's Western Suffolk. 20 Rita Place. It's 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, fully renovated. The owners did a beautiful job with everything, landscaping, all brand new. All the appliances, kitchen, bathroom appliances are brand new. One car detached garage, finished basement. It's located on a dead end street, which it makes it very appealing to many buyers. So it's we have it listed at $525. We've been getting a lot of showings since we put it up on the market. And this is an example of what I was talking about before. We just put it on the market on Saturday, and we've already gotten over 20 showings on that property alone. And we're doing an open house there this coming Saturday as well. So that's a very hot house, I would say,
A hot product. How are you doing those showings? So you've done 20 showings. How have you done them?
Well, with the whole COVID situation now, we're being extra safe. We've got everyone needs to fill out the COVID phase 2 disclosure, and that has to be sent to me prior to them showing the house. And if any agent wants to show, they have to have that filled. Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right, Jane, we're going to come back to you now. I have seen some of your listings. Oh my gosh, the multi-million, the penthouses. I love that penthouse that you're showing. Do you have anything, any of those hot properties on the market now, or anything coming to market soon?
Well, we just sold the one for $4.2 million. We closed it at 3.9, I think 3.95. And that was a beautiful property. We have one coming to the market. We actually have 2 properties that will be coming to the market, and one in August and one in September, because like I said, we flatlined this time, and it looks like we're still going to be, on lockdown somewhat. We're not like out there showing, and the people are a little, hesitant about who's coming in their home. So I do have one property that's going to come to the market. It's going to be for 2.9. It's on a cul-de-sac. It's in a very good community. This community has a beach, 2 beaches, because the community is north and south, and it has a couple restaurants and everything. So it's a really good family community. It has a beautiful pool. It's on the corner of the cul-de-sac. It has 4 bedrooms, 2 stories, fireplace. It has a guest house. It's a really adorable home. It's about 4,620 square feet. And that will be coming to the market very soon. We have another one coming to the market that's about $6 million, and that's in the old Naples area. So that's where we are right now. And Bob was being very, very forthcoming in saying that the prices haven't changed, because my customers, actually, I've been sharing with them to steadfast, do not do anything to devalue their property, because the people that are coming understand that we are a destination. So no matter what, people are going to come here and buy. There's not going to be a fire sale in Naples. I would say in the upper echelon price point above maybe 2 million, we might see anywhere between a 3 to 5% drop in price, but that's it. There will not be a fire sale, even though we have pent up demand. But the sellers, it's still a seller's market right now.
Wonderful. That's great. So Naples, that everyone comes to vacation and they decide to stay and buy their second, third, and fourth home. So tell us, what if someone's going to come to visit this year, where should they go? What's the hidden gem that's in your market that someone visiting Naples should most certainly go to visit or should vacation at?
Well, we have a couple hidden gems here. Of course, I don't know if you guys know, Bob probably knows, we have 2 Ritz-Carltons here. We have one golf course, one Ritz-Carlton golf club, and we have the other Ritz-Carlton beach club. There's not many cities in the country that have 2 Ritz-Carltons. So that's really interesting here. We also have our beloved Fifth Avenue and Third Avenue. Fifth Avenue, as a Neapolitan, we say is for the tourists, and Third Avenue is for the Neapolitans. That's where we go and hang out and we have dinner there. There's a lot of great restaurants here. When I first moved here, we had a lot of chain restaurants. Now we have boutique restaurants, which are really cool, and people love to go and dine out. And we're big on dining outside. If you live here, more than likely you live in a golf course community, or you live in a beach community. You have a very large lanai, because we have a lot of no-see-ums, so we need a lanai to protect us from these little teeny insects that have teeth like this. So we're usually behind our lanai, and we have big outdoor kitchens and dining rooms that open up. It makes the transition is pretty seamless with the indoors and outdoors here. So we spend a lot of time outdoors, and the people that live in Naples, they all spend a lot of time outdoors. We have a lot of guests over, we cook out a lot. So it's a different lifestyle, but it's a lovely lifestyle. Like I said, our gems are the cool boutique restaurants that are opening up here. Our beaches are absolutely gorgeous, different from the East Coast because we're on the Gulf of Mexico here. So the sand is soft and white, and the water is more blue and very calm. We have a lot of great boating here. Of course, we have a million golf courses here if anyone loves golf. We have tennis, and we have some incredible real estate here. So usually the process is, from what I have seen since I've been here for 12 years, a lot of people come here to visit. They buy real estate on impulse, which is great. And of course, the wealthy people, when the market is doing well, the wealth effect takes place. They start buying yachts, houses, cars, and we have them all here. I mean, even our Rolls-Royce dealership and Bentley dealership, they sell at least one Bentley a day and have awards for that. I mean, this is the Beverly Hills of the East. That's how I can describe Naples. We're different from Palm Beach. We're totally different from the East Coast. A lot of people that live here are from the Midwest, and now we have a huge German, Canadian, and we have a huge English community now. But the Germans and the Canadians, they are here constantly. So we describe this as close as you're going to get to Saint-Tropez. There's not a lot of people of color here. I want to state that. I didn't state that I'm like the only Black real estate agent here, but I've been able to make my way. So that's what Naples is about. It's a very beautiful place. It's kind of like a very beautiful place. Let's leave it at that. It's a very beautiful place to visit.
Well, I mean, comparing it to Saint-Tropez, it is gorgeous.
Yeah, well, when I say that's the closest America is going to get to Saint-Tropez, I say that because of the calmness, the angelicness of it, whereas we don't have a lot of nightclubs. Actually, we don't have any nightclubs really here. We don't have baseball, basketball. We have no teams, no sports. So it's kind of the community where you just want to chill. And that's Naples, Florida for you.
Wow. Well, thank you. That's a chill community.
Yeah,
Okay,
very.
we're going to wrap it up shortly, Jane.
One excitement, you're going across the alley.
Just chill. Okay. So you have 12 years of experience. You've worked the New York market. You've mastered the Naples market. Give us a few tips, one or two for a buyer or a seller, or both.
I would say, well, we know that buyers are actually pretty savvy now. 95% of the buyers are on the internet. When the buyers come here, they already know what they're looking for. They already picked out the homes. You know, the real estate agent, it's their job to tell them what the stats are and how well and what their return on their investment will be. Our value proposition is totally different from what it was 8, 9 years ago. So we have to be on top of our market. We have to know our stats. We have to know our areas. I mean, we have to know our business. So when our buyers do come here, and God forbid you get an analytical and you don't know your business, because they're going to analyze, they have analyzed everything about this market. And when that question comes up to you as an agent, you better be able to handle it. Because if not, you're not going to get that buyer. And that particular buyer is usually a bigger buyer because he's done his homework. And he's looking for a return on his investment. He's not looking for a good time property. He's looking for a return on his investment. So that's, you know, when buyers come here, they're, like I said, they're pretty savvy. They know exactly what they're looking for and they know what they get for their money here. So my tip to a buyer that's coming to Naples is to research the agent that you choose. That's my biggest tip to them. You want that agent to know their market because there are some deals here. And if that agent knows all communities and is just not one farming community agent, then you're going to get value unless you're looking in that particular community. For sellers, when we talk about sellers, I can only speak for my market. Yes. And when I'm speaking to sellers, I say to my sellers, do not devalue your property at this time. Your asset is worth what it is the day you had it on the market, prior to this pandemic and after this pandemic. Do not devalue your asset because there's no need to. There's no fire sale. There's no housing crisis. There's a health crisis. So if you don't get that confused in your mind, you'll be fine. And hopefully your agent is giving you that same advice. Just take your time, steadfast, and keep the value of your property where it is. You'll know when it's time to give a discount on that property. And that's my tip.
Words of wisdom. Definitely the wise agent. Her name is Bon. Bon. And I just want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you for joining us today. I want to thank Bo for joining us as well. As I said, he's had a little bit of an internet issue, but we thank him for sharing what's happening on Long Island. Definitely things have picked up there and business is happening all over. And again, Bon, James Bon.
And say goodbye to Bo. I really didn't get a chance to talk to him, but I love these forums and this type of platform because it gives us opportunity to meet different agents in different markets. And I can say to you, Kaylin, please keep it up because it's special right now. And we would not have done this something's good has come out of this pandemic. It's bringing people like you and myself and Bo closer together and being able to engage and interact with each other and hopefully refer. You know, because I'm always looking for referrals and I pay very hefty.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, so Jane, before you go, that's one of the things you're going to just let everyone know how they can reach you. And of course, they can reach out to me. But on the first, we've had referrals. On one of our first episodes, we had someone from Westchester and another agent from Beverly Hills. And just 2 days later, I connected them together. And 2 days later, there was a referral going to Beverly Hills. Amazing. So it has happened already in the short time that this program has started. Travel Thursday started, and I'm very happy for that. So I'm really trying to bring agents together for us to have this healthy exchange, inform, you know, keep our clients informed, let them know what's happening. There are a lot of people who are traveling nationally versus internationally this year. Typically, you know, you'd be jetting off to Europe for the summer. This year, there's a lot of local, you're jetting off to, you know, another state or another town within your state. And so we're seeing a lot of that. So this is also just promoting where can we go this summer that's not Europe or the Caribbean and still have an amazing time, because we have all these gems within the United States and we can explore that. So absolutely.
And Naples loves them. If you want to go to the beach, this is one of the places you can explore, and it's not extremely crowded or dense. So, you know, it's a good place to come and visit. And if you give me a call, I'll show you around.
Great. So how about letting them know how they can reach you, the best number to reach you, and the best email to reach you at?
You can reach me at 239-595-9515. Again, that's 239-595-9515. You can Google me. You'll find me anywhere. I'm the only one here, Jane Bond. I work with Compass. That's where I hang my license. You can also find me on Instagram at JaneBond ____. You can find me on Facebook. And please listen to my podcast, which is From Execution to Excellence on iTunes. And if you're an agent out there, or a budding agent, or an agent that's interested in getting into the luxury market, please check out www.luxurylab.biz.
Wow, wonderful. Again, thanks, Jane. This was a delightful Thursday afternoon. I enjoy doing this every Thursday. I get to sit at home and explore and travel to all these different places by hearing from my fellow agents. So once again, thank you. And to all our viewers, thanks for joining us. We are grateful for you joining us each and every week. And until next Thursday, have a delightful weekend. See you soon.
You guys, and don't you forget to come and visit.
Hi, we'll be there soon. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.